My name is Bruce Black. I'm a diamond in Niken. I live in West Vancouver, Canada, and been involved in the business 13 years. Got started through an injury that wouldn't resolve itself, and 3 months in the Canadian healthcare system couldn't fix it. And I was introduced to some products after that and got the problem resolved in a matter of several days. So I got very excited, started to share it with friends and family, and here we are. Well, network marketing, I was when I first looked at it, I was really gun shy. But I realized after studying it and looking at the concept that really it's the only true business that we can do. It's a win-win business. My traditional business was the camera business, a large corporation in Canada, 108 stores. We had competition, and we would do everything to crush that competition. And so it was I guess the company with the biggest bucks, with the toughness to beat them, would win. In this business, it's win-win, and wow, with a win-win concept, you become a very powerful force, and that's what network marketing is, a win-win scenario. When I got started in the business, I got a hold of my sponsor, and we devised a plan to where we could introduce the products in the business on an organized basis. And in my first 3 months of business, I worked very hard, and probably saw over 100 people, sponsored maybe 20 some odd people in my first 3 months. And through the next several months, I worked with my downline, those people that I sponsored, to get them to duplicate like I duplicated. Humans Being More training is really probably the most important product Niken has, because most of us come from a reactive process. We react to our business, we react to the environment, we react to the economy, and we are not focused on being proactive, creating things ourselves. And what Silver Training does in the 2 days that the program happens is it shows you and you experience the creativity that you can become. And I've been several times, and all the leaders in the business have gone 5, 6, 10, even more times, because from time to time you lose that creativity, and you need to get back to Silver Training to get it. I think persistence is personal growth. I think that it's the power of your belief. If you haven't got something that is motivating you or inspiring you on a daily basis, you need to get something. It could be the Bible, it could be anything. I'm a fan of Wayne Dyer, I'm a fan of Deepak Chopra, I'm a fan of Bob Proctor. I have, if you look at my bookshelf at home, I have probably 100 books of philosophers or thinkers. And there isn't a day or an hour go by that I don't plug into that thinking. There is only one way to live, and that's being proactive. If you become reactive, then you need to get back to a source that helps you become proactive. Any leader should create a schedule. If you were to open a store, on the front of that door would be your hours of operation, so people know when you're closed and when you're open. And it's no different in Niken. We need to create a calendar of when we're open for public presentations, when we're open for trainings, when we're open for whatever consultations or whatever we do in the business. And so the first thing I would do if I was in an area opening up or beginning, I would create a calendar of events for the next 30, 60, or 90 days. The calendar of events should be a wellness preview, certainly one wellness preview a week, maybe a training once every other week, maybe in-home presentation should be in the calendar, Silver Training, luncheons, executive lunches, executive dinners, a real mixture of things. One of the great things you should do, just to get into the network, is go to the local wellness preview. The local wellness preview will be people from your organization, but other organizations that you can switch business cards with, contact, and as you network with them, they will lead you to other networks, and they will lead you to other leaders, and so on and so forth. Get a hold of your sponsor, of course, and find out who your upline is, all the way up to Royal Diamond. And all those people who you contact in your upline get paid on your work, so you need to make them know that and understand that. I wanted to get this thing going. I knew that that it's like any business. If you don't get the clientele or the business going in a reasonable time, you will tend to struggle. So Mike, I got together with Mike, my sponsor, and we listed all the names that I knew, and we worked out a schedule where I would call them and meet them, or they'd come to me, or they'd come to a presentation. Again, we worked with a calendar. The moment we got together, Mike and I, a calendar was produced with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 events a week. And depending on the person's schedule, we could fit them into whatever that is on the schedule. And then we got as many people as we could during that period. There is a process, I believe, that's so simple. It's a process, first of all, information of what's going on with healthcare and with the company. There is the product experience, the demonstration and experience of the product. And then there's the discussion about the business and the potential of the business. Those three things need to be covered, in my opinion, within a week or 10 days, if you can. Once those three things are exposed to your prospect, then he can make a decision. And so what we tried to do in those early days was to put as many people through that weekly stage as we could. And that's the reason we saw probably 100 people or better. Most people have an issue with time. Your responsibilities get greater with family and so on and so forth. And time becomes the big issue. When you get this business going, you now realize that you have time to do what you want to do because you have income, which is automatic. It just keeps coming in. So now you have more time to do what you want to do. In my case, I do what I want, when I want, if I want, and with whom I want. And we travel a lot, my wife and I. I play golf. I have grandkids. I have a ton of stuff that I love to do. And so with this business, I can do it. Yeah, a leader is a person who inspires others, not with their voice or with their talk, but with their actions. And that is all about being, as I said before, being proactive. And so if you're constantly plugged into proactive thinking, then you are proactive, and you do what you do, and people watch what you do. And so you don't wait for anybody, you just do it. I remember Mother Teresa was interviewed, and she said, you know something, everything's going to go wrong, but do it anyway. There's a reason for not doing something, but do it anyway. And so when you become a leader, you do it anyway. Because there always is that voice in there saying, no, it's not going to work. But do it anyway. I never thought that I could beat the camera business. It was a family-operated business with 4 brothers, and we had magic in that business from about 1959 to when we sold the business in 1988. It was magical. Every day I used to get in there early every morning and want to do it because, first of all, my name was on the door, and also the success was compiling, and the income was fantastic. And when that business was sold, I left 1,600 people behind who had fun with me for those 35 years to create something. In this business, everyone I meet is a partner. And so this business allows me to help others help themselves. Therefore, every year gets more rewarding because I see more people becoming the best that they can be. When you see people on the stage who 5 years ago couldn't look you in the eye, and they get on that stage and they talk to thousands of people and they become a different person, you had something to do with that. And so that's the part of the business that is the glue, which is the power, which is the force.